New units hitting DY, the difference it's making. Is it concerning? Is it good? Is it bad? We're going to talk about the progress of DY. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning.
Billy DRURY, how are ya?
Really good. Off the plan specialist sits with a concerned citizen. What are you worried about?
Yeah, would you rather that or that?
Yeah, look at this in the background. Up here on level 3 this morning from our office, like an observation deck, just watching 230 units come into play.
It's
It's
pretty impressive. And
yeah,
people say to me, when I refer units in DY, people go, "Oh no, I don't want to go into DY." And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Too many units in DY." And we wanted to address that fact of having the sheer number of units that have been built in DY. Is it a big number? Is it a small number? And then let's compare it to different parts of Sydney as well. So, and put it into perspective, I think people are going to be really, really interested to hear the actual high end, the top end numbers for DY.
well, that's the beauty of the way you explained it to this concerned citizen you were sitting with. Talking about the established number of apartments, and not only apartments, but just residences in DY in total, and then the percentage of new apartments in the last 10 years. Do you want to go through those numbers?
Yep. So, and these are really important for people to know because where people are misguided are. Was this guy there, Lex? Where these guys are misguided is the actual volume of numbers hitting the suburb and where. Because what happens if you're driving through, so we've got 110,000 properties on the northern beaches. And if you're driving through DY, all you see is high rise, high rise, high rise. And you just think, oh my God, this place has been nailed with units. And I hear it all
Yeah.
the time with buyers. They're like, there's too many units in DY, there's too many units in DY. These are the out of towners, not the people in town. And they're saying too many units because all the infill that was achieved, all the density that was achieved in DY was generally only on the main road of Pittwater Road, the 6-lane highway. So you could think, okay, there's too many units or there's a lot of units and not interested, or is that going to affect pricing? But the high
Yeah.
level numbers are that the DY has had units now for about 70 years, and most of that 70 years of developing, most of that developing was actually done. Just kangaroos jumping around. Most of that over that 70-year period, most of it was done in the 60s and the 70s. Pacific Parade was built, Howard Avenue was built, DY Parade was built. There was like 1,000 units being nailed into all of these streets. They got to about 8,600 and they stopped for about 50 years. There was generally very slim developing for 50 years, and they only the last 10 years with the zoning changes, they started doing some in the center of DY. What does that actually mean? I don't know if you can see this guy running around. Where is he?
Yeah, I can see it.
It's seems having fun. Only around that last 10 years, he it got to another 700 units. So that was Meriton, which was sitting at 350, couple of other developments, and all of them were on Pittwater Road. Bottom line, guys, you had suburbs like Mascot went from 2,000, then they went to 4,000, then they went to 8,000, then they went to 15,000, then that precinct went to 32,000, all within a 10-year period. So slim pickings. So not much stock coming on in DY, even though it looks like it.
The other thing I'd want to point out is it's funny how the new units and the older style buildings, they actually don't step on each other's toes. So the new units offer a very
I like
different
that.
set of amenities. It
Yeah.
might be an aspect of security, you know, common areas like swimming pools, gyms, saunas, rooftop gardens. It might be the fact it's got secure parking. The older buildings are a smaller number, and people like that, for their merits as well. You have fewer neighbours, smaller strata plans. So there's big points of difference there, and they actually don't tend to step on each other's toes. They appeal to very different types of buyers as well. But
Yep.
there's no doubt about it. The new units coming through are performing exceptionally well. Over the last 10 years, we've sold a lot of projects off the plan. Not one single buyer that has bought through the team has sold for less money.
That's a big quote. That's a big quote. Can you say that again?
Not a single buyer that has bought a project off the plan in DY from us has sold for less money after finishing.
Yeah. And so there's your concerns alleviated. Are there too many units in DY? I think there was a necessity. It's quite the opposite. I think there was a necessity to develop in DY, because there was a huge community around DY which wanted to downsize. Downsize. They wanted a level. They wanted shops. They
Yep.
wanted no lift. They wanted good transport system, like good transport link. There was a necessity for it. So, although the units are higher in value, like the two bedders are like 1.2 to 1.5, the one bedders new are like
800.
800 to 850, 900, even more in some circumstances. I think that
Yep.
market really needed it, that retiree market. It's done so well from it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I want to show you the progress of this thing. I took this photo in March.
Yeah, wow.
Look at that.
Oh, March,
That was in March
March,
this year,
March.
not last year.
Yeah,
So
and now,
they're coming out the ground very quickly.
so look at that
Um,
building next door as a reference, and look at that, it's already out.
yeah. So the building next door as a reference. What you see there is the white box in that photo. That's
Yeah,
6 levels. It's a bit misleading
so
there on the
it's gonna almost be
drawing.
bigger than the crane. It's gonna go over the top of the crane.
Yeah, so it'd be 6 levels there, and then the bit you see at the back, that's 9 levels. That'll poke out over the top of that building, another 3 stories.
Wow.
So it's quite exciting. That's what the 9 stories will look like when it's done. That's on Pitwood Road, so you won't see all of
That's
that
next to
building from here.
Avis. You can see
Yeah, that's
Avis
next to
there.
it.
See that on
Yeah,
the bottom left? That's Avis there. Wow.
and that's what you'll be looking at from. So I'm standing at the back in that tall tower, almost where it looks like it's in the sky. I'm standing there at the moment. I'm looking south towards Stony Range
So you're on that
Reserve. So
far,
that's the tree
far
line that you see at the
back.
front of
Right,
that photo,
right. Yeah.
back right
Far,
corner.
far back. Right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
and so that's what you. Yeah, looking south, and that's what you'll be looking at from the top, and that's to give you an idea of the elevation from level 6. On this new building that's coming up, looking northeast, you actually will get a beautiful district view.
Yeah,
It cuts
wow.
through DY beautifully. So, yeah, to give you an idea, the 1 bedrooms were 80% sold already. The 2 bedrooms were pushing 60% sold already, and there's only a handful of 3 bedrooms left. And so, what that means for DY, people think, what happens when 230 units hit the ground? They're actually all pre-sold. There's nothing left. So projects
Um,
don't flood the market.
some Novak staff members have bought in there as well.
Apparently, yeah, it's true.
So I've my first home buyer daughter has bought in there,
Yep, I
and
bought in that. Bought in that one in that corner over there. So yeah, it's a really exciting project, and this is just one of a couple that we're running at the moment. So if you're looking for something new, established, lifts, great parking, nice amenities, these are about 10% under the market value at the moment, just because they're not finished. And then as we edge closer to completion, prices will go up.
Why did Havana take so long? If you're driving into DY, you've been looking at a building getting built for 4 years, and it sits on the corner of Oaks Avenue and Pittwater Road. That's got 80 units.
Yeah.
Could have all been pre-sold, but the developer decided to hold back 15 odd units, which we're selling now. Um, that's exciting. That'll be finished in 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, some really, really good stock on the market at the moment. And, you've got, in this one, you got 10 years building warranty. It's, it's good spec. It's really good spec. You'd be impressed. And you'd be hard pressed to renovate an established apartment to the same standard. They're different. They're different eras. The plumbing, it's all different. The
So,
floor plan.
Billy, in summary, new units hitting DY hard. What's your gut tell you?
They're hitting hard. They're coming home. But when this actually gets handed over for settlement, it's not going to flood the market with new stock. They'll all be pre-sold.
They're hitting hard, but it's a home run.
Home run. There you go.
All
Happy to
right.
give an update.
There's your update. Thanks, Billy.
Take care.
Congrats. See you,
See
everyone.
ya.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.